live stream podcast or broadcast or whatever that is. So basically, I got another unintentional free time, which I just don't know how long will it gonna be. But I basically already tried to do the good behavior recording as usual for around 20 minutes, and I probably will try to do something that I must do first and try to rest after this. Probably, if there's no interruption, obviously I will try to create for around 10 minutes, I guess. I'm not sure because yeah, it's basically in the start of the weekend, the most beautiful time in a week. So that's the reason why many people call this as a TGIF, because yeah, many people should be grateful when it's already Friday, perhaps. Because yeah, every Friday I'm also need to attend certain place that I must do, and usually I basically try to write something that I learn from those places. So every week I usually try to write note on my gadget, on my mobile phone, the same phone that I basically use for this recording, the Animoji. And yeah, so that's the reason why it's already been so long, I guess, since I never really tried to write a diary or my dreams every day. So I usually only try to do it on the weekend, try to describe what kind of things that I basically try to do in the weekend, or unless it was pretty unique in the weekday. I think I used to write several times. So yeah, basically, if you talk about the weekend, it's definitely gonna be run very fast until you finally meet another week of work that you need to do again until you finally got another refill for your income. Even though, yeah, if you basically wanted to buy something that's basically expensive, you basically need to do it on credit, which basically will have interest, which is I never really like it. So if you basically want to do it on cash, then you basically need to wait for quite a long time. So that's the reason why at some point I think I basically just wanted to bought something that's basically I can enjoy right now, even though yeah, it's definitely gonna be not as good as investing on something that will always increase every year. But yeah, oh well, because at some point I always expect that something that I basically try to waste with my money can increase my personal productivity, because yeah, in order to make yourself have a bigger income, you basically need to do better on other things when you basically wanted to make or your current main job of task just cannot give the way that you are expected. And yeah, it's basically pretty impossible as well, even for the luckiest person. If they still technically work for other people's, they most likely can only experience something that's still pretty common, even though yeah, it's definitely much more expensive than what I can afford, when I basically not really fortunate, but I basically still very grateful, because there always be something that you can do with what you have right now. So that's the reason why you must always be patient and try to be do a better things in future. Just like what I always say every of my episode. when it comes to something that I basically need to be grateful of. So yeah, and what else did I basically want to talk about? So it's been a while that I basically not stream into Twitch as well, so I basically only try to stream every week when there's a new event on my favorite game. But sadly yesterday I finally got suspended because I basically tried to use trainer in an online game, which is basically prohibited or illegal. So that's the reason why. But I just don't know, because at some point it is actually caused by another annoying players who just wanted to crush other players who basically not as bad as them. So yeah, I just don't get it. Maybe they just wanted to make people, regular people, miserable, I guess. I just don't get it. What is the purpose of those hacker? So yeah, I just can't wait for a month until I finally can play on this main account. I'm not sure whether my second account is gonna be safe or not, but I will try today if it is still working or not, because yeah, I basically can only play single player or offline in my main account, which is pretty annoying, because yeah, it's just something different. Even though single player is actually pretty cool because there's more details that what you can do in the online, but I don't know, it just seems to be very old because it's already 10 years, almost 10 years of this game anniversary at the end of this month. So that's the reason why. And what else did I basically want to talk about? So I basically will try to do, or will try to prepare the native language podcast after this. Even though my other content, the good behavior recording, I just forgot to upload from last night. So hopefully after this I will try to upload it as well, after I try to do what I must do 5 times a week. So 5 times a day. And it's actually, I'm basically trying to do more and more in order to make myself better, perhaps. I don't know. So yeah, what else? I think it's definitely not gonna be so many things to talk about like the previous episode, because yeah, I'm pretty much just don't know what kind of things that I wanted right now, because I basically try to prevent any kind of my desires and just to be patient until the time finally come to fulfill a pretty big desires that definitely not gonna be something that you always try to do in several years, perhaps. I don't know. But yeah, we always try to expect something good, being positive, thinking about the future. So at some point, yeah, I just can only dream about when I finally able to be success with my personal productivity. But until those come, I basically still pretty satisfied, even though basically most of my content will definitely not have any views, but at least I can be satisfied that I'm not trying to do what it is, what basically not necessary to me. Like, I don't know, just doing a main job of tasks, or even just doing something that's basically wasting my time. So that's the reason why doing this kind of productivity things is still give you some satisfaction in terms of utilizing your time, because time will never be stopped and will never be restarted. even though, yeah, I wish there is a time machine, because yeah, if basically you're able to travel time, you basically can do anything, almost anything. So that's the reason why I don't know whether a time machine will basically possible to be existed in the future or not, because most likely you will only able to travel in a more distant future, but to the past and change everything and turn into multiple universe, I don't think it will ever be happen. Maybe in the afterlife, I don't know, if you really wanted to experience something that you basically not do in the past, because yeah, if you talk about something that I basically wanted to do, some of them are no longer available right now. So that's the reason why at some point I basically wanted to see if I basically tried to do other things in the past, what kind of how will my condition, because I know that everything that's already happened is already the best thing that happened to us, but yeah, there's probably another a little bit in the same level of goodness, perhaps. So it's definitely not gonna be something that's basically make you a worse person, but at least there's some differences that you basically able to see in the afterlife. But I don't know whether we are still have those kind of desire or not. But yeah, we just try to hope for the better future once again, because yeah, that's the only thing that the purpose of how the human was created in the first place. They basically need to be better and better, try to determine as good as they can. So I think that's all that I can say. It's already 12 minutes. I guess if I basically try to continue, it will probably the same word of motivation like I always try to talk about in every episode. So yeah, I don't think I have something new or a little bit unique words that I basically never explained it before. So